The stage is set. We crown a CAA men's soccer champion today. Good afternoon, glad you're with us for what is set to be a fun end to this fun season. The top seed out of the south, the Elon Phoenix, host the 2 seed from up north, the Stony Brook Seawolves, and it's the final CAA game of the year. Hey everybody, Max Wallace and Charlie Eldridge alongside you this afternoon, and partner, we are in for a treat.
And it's great to be here for an exciting matchup today, Max. Let's take a look at our player to watch for the Seawolves today. Stony Brook needed a hero against Hofstra, and Ryan Farr delivered. The freshman had quite the game in the upset against the Pride, scoring in the 79th minute to deliver the final blow and send the Seawolves to the championship. The Phoenix will certainly be looking to limit his offense production today and keep him off the score sheet.
A wet and dreary day on Long Island last week, but nothing was drowsy about the result for the Seawolves. Across the way, the Phoenix saw 20 goals in total all season long before last Saturday. 10 goals later, they arrive in the CAA Championship Finals. Charlie, 6 different Phoenix find the back of the net, but only one can grab the honor of player to watch to start the finals.
And who else but the Rookie of the Year for the Phoenix? Dominic Renz was stuffing the stat sheet last weekend against the Camels, racking up a goal and an assist in a 6-4 matchup that put Elon through to the championship. Coming off of a dominant performance, he will certainly be someone who the Seawolves need to keep an eye on throughout the match.
He had a great game. Martin Kozak had a great game as well. 4 assists, the most in program history. Could not have come at a better time. You know the teams, but how did they get here? Let's look at the Credit Union 1 CAA Men's Soccer Championship Tournament summary.
And we've had an exciting tournament, to say the least. Monmouth and Stony Brook, UNCW and Campbell, our first-round matchups that ended scoreless for some teams. But then we go to the semifinals. Stony Brook with an impressive upset win on the road against Hofstra. And, of course, last weekend, Elon against Campbell, a real barn burner. And it sets the stage for an exciting and amazing matchup here at Rudd Field today between the Seawolves and the Phoenix.
Let's do it one last time. Credit Union 1 is the official banking partner of the CAA. Visit cu1.com to discover better banking for all. Who will take home their first ever CAA Men's Soccer Championship title? We answer that next and crown a champion coming up.
Some make it their main career. Some give a weekend a month. All we need are the moments. In the Air Force, how you serve is more important than how much you serve. You always get more out than what you put in. Full-time, part-time, in or out of uniform. How many moments can you give?
Credit Union 1, the official banking partner of the Coastal Athletic Association, offers the best of everyday banking. CU1 members gain access to competitive products like high-yield checking, dedicated financial wellness resources to help you build a strong foundation for the future, and nationwide access through 24/7 digital and mobile banking and an expansive network of 90,000 ATMs from coast to coast. Discover better banking for all at cu1.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
Public service announcement to anyone out there.
Come get cooked. I'm telling you. It's a W for us, a big win. That's what I'm telling you. Ready, break.
We got next.
The seats are stuffed here at Rudd Field for the CAA Men's Soccer Championship Final. And you can see how busy it is out the way in the bleachers. Let's get you the head coaching matchup for today's game. It's Mark Reeves for the Elon Phoenix in his 9th season as a head coach. And he's looking to do something that no other Elon head coach has done here, and nothing that Elon has done here at this point in time, Charlie, and that's win a CAA Men's Soccer Championship.
It'd mean a lot to this program, certainly, and Coach Mark Reeves would love to put that on his resume as the first Elon head coach to grab a CAA championship.
His last championship was in 2016 with Radford out of the Big South. Across from him, it's the former 2023 CAA Coach of the Year, and that is Ryan Anatol for the Stony Brook Seawolves. In that season, 2023, the Seawolves actually fell to the Elon Phoenix up north closer to home, where the Stony Brooks call home, that is, in New York, Long Island. They fell in Monmouth in the quarterfinals. For Anatol, it's his 15th season. Again, the 2023 CAA Coach of the Year, and also the all-time winningest head coach in Stony Brook program history. Needless to say, these are two head coaches who are trying to do something that neither of these programs have done yet, and that is claim the throne of the CAA. It has been a long-awaited championship final without the names JMU or Hofstra. It's the first time since 2017 either of those teams are not in this spot. Instead, it's the Seawolves and the Phoenix. Just a reminder that the CAA Men's Soccer Championship is brought to you by Credit Union One, the official banking partner of the CAA. Visit cu1.com to discover better banking for all.
It'll be an exciting matchup today between these two teams, Max. Both of these guys are coming off, or both of these teams, coming off of some hot streaks. Stony Brook, of course, coming down from that upset win against Hofstra, and Elon coming off of that incredible, intense game, that 6-4 win here at Rudd Field against Campbell. Will look to be an exciting game today.
Phoenix in possession. They're wearing the all-maroon jerseys with the gold numbers on the back, stitched out in white with the golden Elon just above that. On the front, a smaller golden number with the golden E underneath the left shoulder. Visiting Stony Brook Seawolves come out in their white alternate jerseys, but they've got the gradient going from white to, what would you call that, like a sunset red to the lower left part of the jersey. White shorts with the big red numbers on the back.
A bit of a gradient there. See the big bit of a hit right here. Yankee goes down. Looked to be in a little bit of pain for a second, but he's up on his feet now. Looks like may have gotten the wind knocked out of him.
31 fouls last weekend right here at Rudd Field between Campbell and Elon. Charlie, you told us in the open, Elon obviously able to win that game in 6-4 fashion. But it was very unorthodox fashion for this maroon and gold team. You and I kind of joked about it on air. They nearly had more than half the goals they had scored all season in one game. In fact, they had half of the goals they had seen all season in one game. Saw 20 in terms of for and against all season long. And then in just last week's game alone, they saw 10, 6 for them, 4 for the Camels.
And it's interesting because up to that point, Elon had not allowed a single goal here at Rudd Field on the defensive end. And then, of course, it's interesting when you go out there and you let up 4 and you still somehow win the game.
Large and in part to Jackson Levitt, who's in goal, no doubt, no surprise for the Elon Phoenix. He comes out in the all-black keeper kit as the Seawolves have something brewing on their own front. Down the right side, it's Finley Oliver. Tries to send a cross into the box, but it is poked away. It will be on the near side.
It was good heads-up play right there by Charlie Kitch. He saw the ball coming his way and just headed it out of danger. Good way to start defensively for the Phoenix.
Caleb Donqua will take it from the near corner. The first attempt of the CAA Men's Soccer Championship Final. Do the Seawolves break the seal? Low liner into the box. 2 players hit the deck. Macam Sabaha is there to get the first real touch on it. And the Seawolves will have a throw-in coming up closer to our vantage point here in the press box. It'll be Nick Wilson wearing that neon captain band. Or nope, he's going to leave it off for one of his teammates. It's going to go back to Nelson Reynoso for the throw-in.
It'll be interesting to see how this game goes today. We saw last week the Phoenix score 6 goals, which, in any metric is incredible and very impressive. But then Stony Brook coming off of that big upset win, got to have a lot of momentum. You're going on the road. You haven't really been at home for this playoffs, and you have that kind of road dog mentality that you're able to capitalize off of.
Phoenix are able to turn it away, but the Seawolves capitalize right back. more on the momentum for the Seawolves when we get a second. It is not just these 2 playoff wins in the CAA tournament that the Seawolves can hang their hat on. Charlie, they come into the CAA championship final winners of 5 in a row, and in those last 5, outscoring opponents 12-2 in that stretch.
I mean, they really just flipped a switch kind of near the end of the season and kind of locked themselves into go on this impressive run that, you know, at the start of the season, you really wouldn't have expected that from this side, but they've really proven a lot of the doubters wrong and gotten themselves into a position to potentially win the championship.
A much calmer game to start here at Rudd Field than we had on display last week. And as I say that, Dominic Renz is down inside the 18, working 1-on-3 near that goal line. Tries to feed it off to Joe Taylor, right back to Renz, and now Taylor. Outside, here's Kozak, who sends it across, and they play it over to their captain, Magnum Sabaha. Working out in front of the bleachers, that's Weston Yankee, the sophomore from Cleveland, Ohio. And the Phoenix are going to win the throw-in. Looks like the bleacher seating is a little bit too crowded for some of the Elon faithful here on a Sunsplash Sunday afternoon. They're out before the food truck. Nothing doing for Dominic Renz. Again, trying to weave his way through traffic. Players hit the deck in 2 spots. And now the officials will blow the whistle on the foul further back. It was number 15, Bruno Penny, who hit the deck. And I believe they whistled Dominic Renz, the redshirt sophomore from Germany, on the foul. Dominic Renz, a goal and an assist in the last game. 63 minutes played of the 90 in the 6-4 win over the Camels.
Certainly vital for this Elon offense. I mean, getting it done, of course. You said he netted a goal, got an assist as well. He's definitely dangerous. I mean, we see him doing it right now, but pressing up is, you know, one of his fortes. He's really good at providing a lot of on-ball pressure and kind of trying to force the defenders into making a mistake and maybe passing the ball to him. First
time we say the keeper's name, Hadar Hermansen for the Stony Brook Seawolves. Came in later on in the year. This is game number 14 of his season. As there's a foul in the Stony Brook third of things. But don't let his class fool you, Charlie. 6'3" as a freshman, 12 saves in the last 2. He has been imperative for this team getting to this spot.
And a great goalie matchup today. I mean, 2 great keepers that are really masters of their craft going at each other. And of course, you mentioned it's incredibly impressive on Hermansen's end that he's only a freshman. I mean, this team has him for probably 3 more years, and I mean, we're getting a lot of production out of him early. It's a great sign for the future.
Alex Fleury stands above the place kick, sends it towards the box, headed out for the moment. Yankee gets a chest on it, bouncing around, diving save from Levitt. Stony Brook celebrating, they think that went in. We play on. Now the officials blow everything off and say it's no goal. Elon charging up the far side, racing out in front of the pack. That's Oscar Tony Dandel. He'll try and weave it back for Renz. Renz has it outside the 18. One extra pass for the Phoenix, no good, saved off the chest of Hermansen, and now the Seawolves are able to catch their breath. Boy, oh boy, it was nearly a one-time opportunity from Martin Kozak to unknot us.
And that's why coaches always say, whenever there's some sort of foul or something that you don't really agree with, you can't waste your time complaining about it, because, I mean, just like that, the Phoenix got off to the races on a counterattack and nearly slotted in our first goal of the game.
Jackson Superman Levitt strikes again in net. Somehow kept that ball away from the twine, and we stay knotted at 0-0.
We just spoke about this, but great goalkeeping from both teams already. We're looking at an exciting matchup today.
Physical play, whistles and a foul called. Dominic Renz, yeah, Dominic Renz was the one who had possession of it. They blow the whistle. Well, let's get a closer look at it. Couple of Seawolves tugging the jersey. Who'd they end up whistling in the end? Maybe 23, Jamie Orson?
You don't see that a lot out of Orson. Of course, CAA Defensive Player of the Year award winner. He's been a vital piece for this defense, but he's often more disciplined than that.
Loft into the box, head chance, and no, it's over the end line. Phoenix wanted some kind of foul.
Looks like they were arguing for the corner.
That was Charlie Kitch, the junior from Medford, New Jersey, who got ahead on it. And the Phoenix will get that corner kick. I believe it's number 3, Joe Taylor, who's going to take it in that far corner. Taylor was the one who sent the free kick in. And then it was Kitch who had the first head opportunity on it. The first corner of the game for the Phoenix. Do they capitalize and have the game's first goal? They do not. Somehow sneaks back, and they do. The Phoenix strike first in the finals. It's 1-0 early.
I mean, it looked like just a defensive disaster there for Stony Brook. Looks like they tried to get a hand on the ball or try to get it out somehow, but no one was able to get to it.
The initial attempt was no good. It was a great save by Hermanson, but then you're right, there was seemingly a standstill right in the 6-yard box that allowed the Phoenix to capitalize. This replay will give us a great look at it.
It looked like an own goal, yeah.
It's an own goal for the Seawolves.
Off the foot of Fleury.
Bruno Penny tried to clear it, and to his dismay, it was right into his teammate Alex Fleury. What a way to start the finals. And now we'll have to redo something back here.
Looks like a free kick we'll get in the back. I mean, what a way to start the game.
No kidding.
Not the fashion you expected the first goal from these two teams to be scored, but just a defensive disaster for the Seawolves.
Oh, Charlie, I don't know about you. When I saw there were 3 white jerseys around the soccer ball, I was like, end of discussion, end of opportunity for the Phoenix. And then all of a sudden, the mob of maroon jerseys race towards the students. And, well, you look up to a 1-0 Elon lead early here in the CAA championship final.
I think it was just a matter of panic by that defense.
Yeah.
I mean, they were trying so hard and so desperately to clear the ball, but I think the communication just wasn't there, and no one able was really to get a clearance on that ball.
Whistles and in offsides on the Seawolves. So the Phoenix get a little bit of a break, as it looked like Alex Fleury, again, just made the error on the opposite side of the field, had a clean path to the goalkeeper, but the reason he had that path was, well, he was offsides. Phoenix playing with it far side. Physical play, and the officials are letting it happen, and now they'll come in and blow the whistle. That goes on number 10, Caleb Donqua.
I mean, a lot of just physical play early from both of these sides. I mean, it's the championship. You know, you're going to expect this. You're going to see a lot of physicality from both of these teams just trying to earn that ship, but you got to be more disciplined in these areas, and especially on your own half of the field.
Kyle Johnston's the referee this afternoon, as it's John Rush, Gavin Pilato, and Justin Weinstock as the other assistants. Free kick coming up for the Seawolves. Being at a deficit is something the Seawolves are no stranger to. Had to come back from from 1 down against the Hofstra Pride. They scored 2 goals in the matter of about a minute of each other, close to the end of that game with about 10 minutes left. Now they have a chance inside the Phoenix box. Nice sliding tackle. Was that Weston Yankee? I believe it was. Now near the end line, and the Phoenix will get it back to their keeper. What a job by Weston Yankee, the sophomore.
That's a textbook sliding tackle, all ball. That's what they teach. You know, you really should be a little more disciplined around the box, maybe not going for as many sliding tackles, but in those situations, just great heads-up play from Yankee and great ability to clear that ball.
Each team had a PK, the Camels and the Phoenix, in last week's game. There was no PK here, obviously, as they get set in the corner. Caleb Donqua will take it. From the near side, Seawolves looking for the equalizer. Can they find it? It's loose in the box, just squeaks by the left post, and they'll have another corner kick opportunity, their third of the game so far. And Charlie, we're 14 minutes into this thing.
Yeah, and that one looked a little dangerous there. You could see a swarm of white jerseys almost got in there, but Phoenix unable, or the Seawolves unable to capitalize off of that one.
Alex Fleury in the far corner. Now the referee will jog over and give him the green light. Fleury puts his hand to the sky and sends it into the box. Back corner, and it evades everybody. Seawolves will play it off the back end with Penny. Tries to scorch one. Low runner towards the awaiting crew in the box, but they play it right back out. Now a chance on a chip over everyone's head. Works its way far side to Fleury. Sends it to Donqua. He's turned away. Phoenix can try and capitalize. Racing up the far side, there's Jordan Wilson. He had a goal in the last game on this same attempt. He's got Yankee racing with him. The shot on goal is saved. Follow-up attempt is no good. And now what are they going to say? Goalie ball, or are they going to blow a whistle here on Elon's number 12? Oscar Tony Dandel, he came flying in like a car down I-40 and just could not get the ball.
He was dangerous right there. You could see him come in, just really went too low trying to make a play on that ball, but
that was Nelson Reynoso, who was hit awfully hard right inside the 6. I mean, Tony Dandel was a blur flying down the pitch.
And those are the kind of moments where you're just trying to put your body on the line to make a play, and inside that box, you're really just trying to get a goal there.
How about Jordan Wilson, though, the junior, racing up the far end?
I mean, anytime he comes down the field, it's like a blur. He has incredible speed, incredible playmaking abilities to generate off of it.
You know, it's not only the speed that you see out of Jordan Wilson, but it's his recognition for when a play is going to break like that. I mean, it was him and Malcolm Sabaha on that far end of the field, and instead of waiting for a whistle or waiting for the masses of maroon jerseys to catch up, they just said, we're going to flip the fields on our own, and it nearly turned into a 2-0 game for the maroon and gold.
And it's one of this team's most impressive assets is their athleticism and speed from a lot of these guys. I mean, not just Jordan Wilson, but you also saw in that play, as you mentioned, Malcolm Sabaha getting the play started. They're really able to generate and build off of the speed that they have to make incredible plays like that almost resulted in a goal for the Phoenix.
Weston Yankee on the near side here, getting ready to check back in after he exited with a bit of an injury, it looked like. And the Phoenix are able to turn it back over. There's Oscar Tony Dandel. And the Phoenix will actually just play it all the way back. Magnus Jacobson had that last touch. He had a goal in that last game. And now the Stony Brook bench is letting the referee hear it to our left side. Not a fan of that last call, Charlie.
Yeah, I mean, bodies were hitting the floor on all ends. I thought at the start there it might have been a foul on Stony Brook, but then they let him play on. And, I mean, just lots of physicality, lots of sliding tackles. But in the end, they'll just give it to Elon.
Bruno Penny was the one who got charged for it, but the Phoenix, for the moment, aren't able to do anything with it as the Seawolves take it right back. Officials want a whistle on the hold, and you can tell there's a CAA championship final on the line based on the first handful of minutes here this afternoon.
7 fouls straight, I mean, already in the first 15 minutes, which, you know, to start the game is definitely a lot of physicality for both of these teams.
Stony Brook with the throw-in on the far side, chasing a goal here early on. They were in the rearview mirror for the Pride for a very good majority of the game last week. It took back-to-back goals within a minute of each other. 79th minute, Webb scored one, and then our player to watch, who we'll see, gotta think, in the next handful of moments here off the bench, Ryan Farr in the 80th minute for the Seawolves, as Malcolm Sabaha was down for a little bit there, but he's back to his feet, and the captain looks to be A-OK and ready to go. As here's Jackson Levitt. Nice touch in the midfield. That was Fleury. And it looks like Stony Brook misplayed it a little bit there. Had an opportunity with numbers on their own third. But they give it right back to the Phoenix. There's Martin Kozak.
Looks like Gold just tried to play it a little too fancy right there, trying to maybe hit him with a little behind-the-back pass, but great heads-up defensive play by Joe Taylor to put that to rest.
Now he's going on a run down the left side. Frustrated he didn't get that one from Weston Yankee in the middle of the field.
You can see the Phoenix kind of playing a little conservative right now. They know they have the one-goal lead, and we know this team is capable of defensive shutouts at Rudd Field, but it'll be interesting to see how their strategy plays out in the first half. Of course, there's only 17 minutes gone, but we'll see how they proceed with this, with their play style.
Again, if you just tuned in last weekend for Elon and Campbell, well, hold that thought. Elon's trying to make havoc in the back third, but Stony Brook able to regroup. If you just tuned in last week and saw the 6-4 final against the Campbell Camels, you were misled by these Elon Phoenix. That is not the game they play. All season long, they have, number one, been perfect right here at Rudd Field. 6 wins in this building. They're hoping 7 gives them a championship title to boot. But they also didn't allow a goal at home during the entirety of the regular season. Camels come in, score 1 in the first half, 3 in the second, and wash away that narrative in a 6-4 final in the semifinals, I beg your pardon. So that is just not the game the Phoenix want to play. This is a lot more used to what we're seeing out of the maroon and gold team led by Mark Reeves and the coaching guys.
They've allowed just 11 goals all season. As you mentioned, they only allowed 4 at home in the entirety of this season, and that was last weekend, which isn't normal. I mean, we know this team to be really, really good on defense. We know they have a lot of capability in the back line behind in between the sticks. We know that this team is capable of defensive shutouts. And, I mean, last weekend was just an abnormality, and I wouldn't say that's normal for this Phoenix defense.
And that's exactly why that own goal in the first 10 minutes of this game, like, normally you say 1-0 is the worst lead you can have. But that mistake there, it could prove to be costly. Wolves are trying to right that wrong, though, here. Inside the box, it's Oliver weaving his way forward, and he'll get a corner kick out of this as it's last touched by Joe Taylor, the junior.
Great play there by Joe Taylor. We've seen him everywhere today. I mean, he was in the midfield earlier. We saw him racing up the side. He normally plays as a bit of a wingback, but don't let that part fool you. He is still a cornerstone of this defense.
They're going to look for Finley Oliver. No shock there. 8 goals on the year, 4 points. Led the way with 20 points for the Stony Brook Seawolves this season. At the corner again, it's Caleb Donqua. They've had quite a bit of these set-piece opportunities. Seawolves trail 1-0, looking for that equalizer. Into the box, punched away by Levitt out of the back of the net. And the Seawolves still have it, though. Still working inside the box, and now it is boomed away off of the right leg of Martin Kozak.
Just an opportunity right there from the Seawolves, squandered again. Elon has been great on defense from these corners today. 4 so far for this Stony Brook offense, but haven't really been able to get anything going off of any of them.
Msabaha chips it back up. There's Christopher Arflot, first time we've called his name in the CAA Championship final, as Donqua is able to get it on the far side. Running with it there, it's Fleury. Nice defense, though, by the maroon and gold, pushing and shoving with Charlie Kitch on the far end of the box, and the Seawolves get it right back.
And that's Kitch using his size to his advantage right there. Great ability to box out, and a great sliding tackle from Msabaha, but great ability from Charlie Kitch, able to just box out his the offense right there and keep that ball away from being too threatening.
Mac Msabaha has been here before. A couple of CAA Championship final appearances for the maroon and gold, both of which came against the Hofstra Pride. And of course, Hofstra able to win both of those en route to 4 straight titles. Mentioned at the very top of the broadcast, this is the first year since 2019 that a team not named the Hofstra Pride is in the CAA Championship Finals. It's the first time since 2017 that neither Hofstra nor JMU, who won 3 straight CAA titles, is in the finals. And these are two teams who are looking for their first ever CAA championship final. Phoenix joined the CAA in 2014, a season after they won their last tournament final. That was a part of the SoCon conference. As for the Seawolves, they joined rather recently in 2022. In fact, all of the matchups between Elon and Stony Brook have come when these two teams have been under the same conference. Taylor gets whistled for the handball.
Let's take a look at that there. I mean, Taylor was trying to make a defensive play, but you just can't have your hand in that position when you're playing defense. But now Seawolves getting in a dangerous spot for a free kick.
Caleb Donqua has been the guy on these set pieces. It's been him on the near side, Fleury on the far. What do they draw up here? A low worm burner that screams its way towards the box, but the Phoenix are able to take care of it. Lofted towards the 6. Header attempt, Yankees there first. And a quasi-bicycle kick attempt by Yankee there to get it away.
It looks like the whistle Jordan Wilson for a bit of physicality on that play.
It was Wilson and Penny. We'll get a look on this replay, both of which hit the deck. But here we go again, Charlie. Another free kick opportunity for Stony Brook. Alex Fleury to take it. Sends it in, looking for the back of the net initially, and it will result in another corner kick. No! Boy, oh boy, with the way Stony Brook reacted to that one, I thought for sure that was headed back to the corner.
Let's take a look at this one.
We're going to need to.
Oh, yeah. Looks like it.
That's an unfortunate break.
Yeah, looks like it came off the head of Orson possibly, but that's tough, especially in these moments where you're down 1-0 already, and I would have given them their 5th corner of the game and another opportunity to even the score up.
25 minutes into the first half, as there's a whistle and a foul called on Dominic Renz.
That's going to make it 6 fouls for each of these teams. Just in 24 minutes of play, we have 12 fouls between both of these sides. Definitely a physical game so far.
Dominic Renz certainly made his name known in this conference. The reigning CAA Rookie of the Year had 4 goals, which is second on this maroon and gold team entering today's game. 3 assists for 11 points. Also second in both of those categories.
He's certainly been a great addition to this squad for Coach Reeves. I mean, we've definitely seen him be utilized. We saw it, of course, in the last game against Campbell where he got a little 1-and-1, but I mean, he's certainly just been a great addition for this team, and he's certainly shown it this season.
Wilson intercepts one here in the midfield, and Sabaha goes for a hard sliding tackle, and I believe this is going to be card number 1 of the game. As the referee comes over, it was a very physical attempt right in the circle, and yep, that yellow card's out. It'll be the first of the game, and it will belong to the captain of the maroon and gold. The first yellow of the game. Let's slow it down for you.
I mean, we know Mac to be pretty physical. We know he's pretty passionate, but I mean, this is just, you can't be reckless like that. You can't just come in for a sliding tackle. Especially in these situations, you just have to be a lot more disciplined when your team is trying to get the ball back in the midfield.
Feels too early. It feels too early to display such physicality like that. It's only a 1-goal game. There's 20 minutes left in the first half. Last thing you want to do is give any advantage to the Seawolves. And here they have, I've lost count of how many set pieces they've had, but it's Fleury again, lofts to the near side of the box, but not the best attempt here. Just over the end line, and it will go back to the keeper.
Speaking about Sabaha with that yellow card, I mean, now that forces you to play a lot less physical and will honestly see they might make a change right here and take Sabaha off, because card coming much too early for the Phoenix. And yep, they'll take off Sabaha and Renz.
Einar Ness checks in.
Summer Nenninger as well for the Phoenix. He'll take the place of Sabaha, but it's definitely a key piece for the Phoenix that has to sit for a little bit right there. Not great to see if you're Coach Reeves having to take your captain off for a little bit.
And so the Phoenix will have the throw-in. On the near side again. Einar Ness had some valuable minutes in that game against the Camels, so he's no stranger to the postseason scene. But you're right, losing Macklem Sabaha in the midfield, he's a guy who can take a field and just flip it in the blink of an eye. Speaking of flipping it, that's what the Phoenix look to do with Jordan Wilson down the right side. He gets one inside the box on the far end, passes it back. That's Sumner Nenninger, who just got into this game. Now a chip into the box, looking, shot on net, it's in! Einar Ness, we were just talking about him. As he puts it in the back of the net, the Phoenix strike for two. Weston Yankee salutes the faithful, and it's 2-0 Maroon and Gold.
I mean, talk about right place, right time for Einar Ness. He just got in that perfect position to head that one in nicely. And the Phoenix make a play to make it a 2-0 game early on. And this Phoenix offense is playing out of its mind. I mean, let's just take a look at this great pass and a great header from Ness, and we're off to the races here at Rudd Field.
What a ball from Yankee. Ryan Farr just checked into this game. 893 minutes for the freshman out of Saratoga Springs, New York. In this championship, he has a goal as well as an assist. Scored an impactful one against the Pride last weekend.
Yeah, they'll come on for Jackson Gold. The substitution you're making here, it's going to be kind of shifting towards an offensive. You're taking off a midfielder for a forward. As you know, 2-0 down, you need to start playing a lot more aggressively on the offensive end.
Not only that, but Farr definitely has the freshest legs right now. And how about that? We were just talking about how pivotal it was going to be for the Seawolves to try and capitalize with no Macklem Sabaha out there. And all of a sudden, you're down 2-0 with him not there.
It's really a testament to how great this Phoenix team plays as a team and how well their reserves play. I mean, Ness coming off the bench in place of Renz. Both of these guys kind of have a similar bit of play style. Two pressing forwards are really able to turn the game on its head and play really aggressively. And Ness really put it on display right there, getting the second goal for the Phoenix.
Just his second goal of the season, a guy who had 1 goal and an assist all year in 10 games played. That goal, by the way, came all the way back on the 30th of August against UNCW. Einar Ness, right time, right place. Beautiful ball from Weston Yankee, and it's 2-0 Elon. As now there's a foul on the far end. Jordan Wilson is down in a heap.
Looks like he's holding his knee. Take a look at this one. Looks like Wilson pushed him over initially.
And then right at the end of the play, I think they both got up in the face of each other.
Wilson is up, and
Wilson's still trying to figure out what's going on. Let's take a look at the end of this play here. So that was the initial foul. Whistle's blown right around there. Wilson gets right in the face, and then boom.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right to the deck.
Yeah, and that's just, I mean, that's probably coming out of a bit of frustration from the Seawolves. I mean, you get fouled, you go down hard, and I mean, you're already not in the greatest mood, down 2-0, and you kind of just take your frustration out.
So there was no foul called in that entire standstill. The only one that gets called is actually on Jordan Wilson, as it was him and Sebastian Drummond who got into that altercation. Again, nothing in the altercation gets whistled. The only thing was that initial contact, which we showed you at the very front end of that replay. While that's going on, I don't know if you caught a look at it, but they reset the clock to 16 minutes, 15 seconds left in this first half of action.
Yeah, some kind of ticked down between that entire altercation. They had to fix it up real quick.
Charlie, you and I were on the call a week ago as this one skied over everyone's head towards the goal line. It feels eerily similar right now to how that Campbell game sort of transpired in the first couple minutes of the first half. Elon jumped after that early 2-0 lead. They looked unstoppable. They looked like they were going to run away with that game. And then it was the Camels who scored later on in that first half to make it 2-1 going to break. It feels like the Seawolves need something like that right now.
Yeah, and I'm definitely assuming that Coach Reeves kind of game planned around that to not let that happen again. I mean, you don't want to give them any sort of momentum here or anything that can kind of give them the belief that they could come back in this game going into the half. But, I mean, if you're Coach Reeves, you just got to play really good defensively like you've been doing all season. You can't let what happened in that Campbell game define your defense because we know this defense to be incredibly rock solid.
Taylor tries to thread the needle to Kozak, but it's turned away. Seawolves trying to get a touch on it, a solid one at that, in the midfield. And they do so with Bruno Penny. Loft into the box. They're looking for Farr. Nice touch. Maybe got helped out by the wind there. As that's Oliver with it now. Weaving his way forward. Turned away. That was number 8, Connor Muchetti. And Oliver right back on it. Tries to send one in. And another corner kick on the way.
And that's another heads-up defensive play on the near side over here from the Phoenix.
Joe Taylor.
Taylor's making his mark today. I mean, he's just been getting it done defensively on so many ends of this field, but
where hasn't he been?
Press box, maybe?
Maybe.
Wouldn't be surprised if he just came up here and took one of our headsets.
We'll try and get him at halftime. Caleb Donqua back where he's been pretty much all game long at the near corner. Stony Brook desperately needs one to retaliate. 2-0 Elon. It will stay that way. Headed back out. Back over to Donqua near corner. Bobbing, weaving his way forward. Chance outside the 18. Down low. This is Farr who's turned away. And deja vu. Back to the corner we go.
I mean, this is this Phoenix defense that we know. I mean, just impressive discipline, incredible discipline, and great ability to keep all of the offense, I mean, essentially from producing anything in the box. The moment they got inside, it was just turned away.
Deja vu for Donqua to the back corner, headed out again, and boy, really deja vu. Right back to the near sideline and over the touchline. Seawolves get the throw in.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that corner went to the exact same spot, and it was just a different defender heading it away. First it was Tony Dandel, and now it was Jacobson.
I'm not sure if Donqua has mishit it or it's their game plan to go with those low, screaming line drive sort of kicks, but it's not been panning out so far for the Seawolves. We'll see if in this remainder of the first half, 13 minutes left in it, or go into the second, they try and go for those lofty kicks. We saw Weston Yankee do it on what wasn't a set piece, but a beautiful finish down on the opposite end. Stony Brook still has it, though. Here's Oliver. Again, the guy they're going to look for as this game draws close, and a foul whistled on Elon's number 9, Einar Ness. Just too risky, and yeah, that's a yellow card, as I think he caught him up by the chin.
That's the Phoenix second yellow card of the game in just the first half. And I mean, just too much physicality. You just can't play. Oh, yikes. Looks like he caught a foot to the shoulder there. But another early yellow card for the Phoenix. Now 2 key players for them. Ness, who picked up the goal earlier, now with a yellow card.
Mark Reeves is emphatic, animated on the sideline. And now is he going to get a yellow?
Went for dissent, but I mean, the referee's telling them to calm down.
Mark Reeves wants this so bad. Both coaches want it for their squad so bad. Like we talked about, Phoenix have been in this spot before. 2 chances against the Hofstra Pride that both went the way of the Long Island, New York native, and now playing a similar foe in the Stony Brook Seawolves, also from Long Island. As it looks like they're just wishing each other a early happy Thanksgiving, and we're back to playing soccer. Two 2-0 Phoenix. Set piece for the Stony Brook Seawolves. Reynoso will have the free kick. And like we joked about it earlier, but truly I've lost count of how many set pieces there have been from around this spot on the field. They play it back. Now aloft into the box from Fleury. Going to that far side. And that's just well too far. They were looking for Nick Wilson, who dons that neon captain band. It was just too far out of his reach.
We'll get a couple substitutions here for the Phoenix. We'll get Jameer Flowers, who had a goal on the last game against Campbell, and we'll get Colin Beltry checking in. It's like Tony Dandel and Wilson will take a seat for the Phoenix. But, I mean, speaking about Stony Brook's set pieces and those corners where we see they go with a bit of a low pass. You mentioned it earlier, but I really think it's to kind of avoid the height that the Phoenix have in that back line. I mean, you look at Charlie Kitch, he's 6'5", and then you look at Magnus Jacobson, 6'2". So I feel like when you're trying to go low off those set pieces, you know that if you get something high, most likely those two are going to be in the back line to kind of get it.
Phoenix would love to get a goal to make it 3-0 going to break, and it's kind of like you said, Jameer Flowers had one last game. And like we talked about last game, before it became 6-4 when 6 different goal scorers were on the board, and even still, there weren't the most common names that got on the board for the Phoenix. It started with Jordan Wilson. It followed with Jameer Flowers, 2 guys who we haven't really called those names a ton this season in terms of the goal scoring. You mentioned it yourself. Jordan Wilson had that first career goal that got Elon to this spot in the win over William and Mary last game of the regular season. As Stony Brook nearly fell asleep towards the end of that play, but it just trickles over that goal line, and they'll play it back to their keeper. The guy's name we haven't said a ton, Hadar Hermansen. But the freshman, the Iceland native, apart from that own goal, really had no chance on what was a great ball put in by Weston Yankee.
And I mean, off that header from Ness, I mean, that's kind of like, that's not much you can do about it. That's more of your back line's got to be really on that and make sure that nothing happens. And the positioning was certainly there for Ness, but Hermansen's just had a tough game to start that really hasn't, like you said, been too much of his fault. I mean, he's directed this defense pretty well. It's just been certain unlucky moments for him today.
Last 10 minutes of the first half here from Rudd Field. CAA Championship Finals, Stony Brook Seawolves out of the north and the Elon Phoenix out of the south. Phoenix are in front 2-0, like the own goal we just talked about. They also had a goal off of the left leg of Einar, or off the head rather, of Einar Ness. And made it 2-0. And that's where we stand right now.
And I think what the Phoenix really have to do here, like we said, kind of avoiding what happened in that Campbell game, but really make sure that they don't get a goal going into the half. Don't give them any momentum. Don't give them any breathing room. Really keep your foot on the gas and make sure you're not giving them any signs of any life, because, I mean, all this Stony Brook team needs is an opportunity, because we know they're no shy of a comeback, but it'll be interesting to see what the Phoenix do going into the half and even their strategy after the half.
Ryoto Kono comes into this game for the Seawolves. As they play it near side. But the Phoenix are right there to clear it out. And again, this is more of what we're used to seeing from the maroon and gold, as far out of his own box was Hermansen. Nice touch on the near end from the Seawolves. That was Reynoso. No, they just say over the touchline. Give him credit. Did his best to try and keep that one in. For the moment, I thought he did. Here's Joe Taylor to get us back underway.
What a boot from Taylor to get it up ahead here.
Popped in the air as Muchetti gives off to Flowers. Flowers trying to weave his way through traffic. Fancy footwork gives it back to Muchetti. And then Phoenix are going the wrong way to Yankee, and now back over to Jacobson.
It's interesting to see Flowers on this left wing here as he makes a play up ahead.
Fancy footwork, but he can't finish. Here comes Muchetti to try and collect the loose change, but it's loose on the far end. Nenninger fires a shot, saved into the palms of Hermanson.
And those are the safe hands that we know from Hermanson. That ball, just a power shot.
Another guy's name we haven't said too much this year, Sumner Nenninger.
Yeah, Nenninger checking in, trying to make his mark with that, I mean, absolute force of nature coming off of his foot, but great ability from Hermanson to collect that one.
And that's really the freshman we were waiting to see all game long, as Taylor and Flowers play hot potato with it, but it's just a little bit too hot for Joe Taylor, sends it over the touchline.
Joe Taylor grimacing a little bit after that one. Looks like it may have caught his left shin as he kind of shaking it a little bit.
7 minutes before these two teams can catch their breath. Phoenix up by 2.
And I think the strategy for Stony Brook here is you got to play a lot more aggressively. I mean, the thing is you're getting a lot of takeaways by this Elon defense because, let's face it, this defense is like a boa constrictor. They're taking any opportunity that you have, and they're essentially taking it away by just suffocating your offense. But playing a lot more aggressively and kind of trying to slip a few in behind this defense is really your key to success to coming back from 2-0 down.
And Stony Brook's an offensive team that can really, again, just flip a game on its head. 32 goals this year, 39 assists, 106 shots on goal. They outshot their opponent by about 30 this season.
We see the discrepancy in that today with only 1 shot on goal so far in this first half, which of course we're not used to seeing that, and 5 shots on goal from this Phoenix side, which is why they have this 2-0 lead.
They're working on Weston Yankee down here. It's quite the sight right in front of the Phoenix bench.
Looks like they're taping
It's
up
like a
his
NASCAR
arm.
pit stop.
Yeah. We saw him come out earlier in this game to get checked on again, but he's going off again.
Well, Phoenix play on the field. As McKinnon's out there, number 17. Stands right at the midfield circle right now.
I mean, talk about presence when you talk about McKinnon, another tall guy for this Phoenix backline. He also stands at 6'4".
That's Oliver dancing down the tightrope of the touchline. Looks for some help and finds it to his backside in Reynoso.
Phoenix right now playing with 10 men.
They're still waiting to get Yankee back in here, I'm pretty sure.
It's definitely impressive keeping
the Seawolves at bay, down a man. As this one sneaks its way through, and Johnny on the spot, there's Jackson Levitt, who gloves it right in front of Ryan Falk.
And it looks like they taped up, looks like the elbow of Yankee on that sideline. Maybe up towards the bicep, but some sort of arm injury that they're...
Halloween was about a month ago. He looks like Frankenstein with all the bandages.
Definitely does.
But hopefully he's okay. Just talking to his head coach right now, and like Charlie told you, playing a man down.
I mean, it's certainly impressive. We know Yankee's kind of he's, you know, a roaming midfielder who plays a little bit of both defense and offense, but it's certainly impressive that this Phoenix team is able to really keep that defensive pressure applied, even playing a man down.
What's so impressive about it is it doesn't even look like Yankee has any intention of getting back on the field anytime soon. He's just talking to his head coach right now. Seawolves looking to capitalize. Reynoso, far side of the field. And they play it backwards. Trying to send one back to Reynoso. Feeds it inside, turned away there into the frame of Charlie Kitch, who sends it back up the field towards the midfield stripe. Phoenix will get the throw in front of the Elon faithful.
What a clearance from Kitch. I mean,
no kidding.
Talk about a defensive presence. He was able to not only turn that ball away, but clear it away to get another possession for the Phoenix.
That was about 2 steps in the wrong direction of being the Seawolves' 7th corner kick of the game. And now Weston Yankee just keeping tabs on him. Well, first, let's get you this. Jameer Flowers down the near side. He's all alone. Tiptoes his way towards the box, trying to work 1-on-2. Sends one in, and the Seawolves right there to send it back out. Weston Yankee has put on the blue reserve penny, and it looks like he's done for the foreseeable future. McKinnon gives off to Veltri, and they play it all the way back to the back line, as this one's just sent in past the goal line for the final 2.5 minutes.
And still playing a bit aggressively here, Stony Brook. Trying to really give them something to hang their hat on going into halftime, down 2. I mean, you got to be a little inspired if they, probably saw the game against Campbell last week from Elon. This team, this defense, they're not invincible. So you know that they can let up a few goals, but, I mean, talk about a difference between the offense of Campbell and offense of the Stony Brook. We know Campbell was top 10 in Division I in terms of offense, but Stony Brook's really got to get something going in the dying moments of this first half.
The winner will get the automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. Elon right now in control of it for the final 95 seconds of the first half. Seawolves trying to create one more spark before we break. Phoenix are trying to do the same thing. They have it here. Chance up ahead for Veltri, who gets taken down. And another player hits the deck. There are 2 Elon jerseys on the floor right now. Einar Ness in the midfield, and Colin Veltri about 30 yards past that.
And it looks like when Ness went down, the Phoenix were just trying to play off of the advantage right there, but couldn't quite get it, and we'll see a yellow card on Flory, it looks like, possibly.
I mean, he was holding it right in his face, but yeah. I don't know if he was looking at somebody else.
But you could see the Phoenix trying to make an opportunity off of that advantage. But
yeah, it is Flory.
Yeah, Flory just too rough in terms of Ness.
So yellow cards running wild here at Rudd Field as we're in the final minute of play.
We have 15 fouls between these two teams already, just the first half. 7 for the Seawolves and 8 for the Phoenix, but talk about a physical game.
Phoenix in command, 2-0 for the final 30. Boy, a goal here for either side would really do numbers.
So it would shift momentum, but looks like we'll get a little stoppage of play here. It looked like Ness was on the ground, possibly.
Clock is stopped as they're sorting out something on the far end. Yeah, it's Einar Ness. He's trying to shake something off, it looks like.
Here, Coach Reeves telling his defenders, Jacobson and Kitch, to go play up.
So are they 2 men down now with Ness coming out?
Well, they got Yankee substituted for McKinnon. So it looks like they'll get a substitution for Ness. It looks like Jack Donlin, the defender, coming in for a forward. So It looks like they're just trying to get the height out there. Another 6'5" beast in the defense. Well, it looks like they're going to try and play something maybe up high here for a header.
Ness came in and scored instantly. Can Donlin do the same thing? Can the Phoenix find a goal in the waning moments of the first half? They cannot. It's over the top crossbar. And as the final 10 seconds roll off, Seawolves are just going to sit on it and ensure nothing goes awry. Halfway home to crowning a champion. And the Elon Phoenix are in front by 2. An own goal got them there, Charlie. And then it was one of the greatest touches we've seen on this field this season from Weston Yankee off of the head of Einar Ness.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how both of these strategies shift for both of these teams. For the Phoenix, you're up 2-0. You're in the driver's seat. You kind of just got to let last time not happen again. But we'll see how they play this one. Stony Brook down 2-0. The defensive strategy's got to change, and most importantly, the offense, something's got to go right.
Looking at the numbers, Charlie, the Seawolves with 6 corners and 4 saves feel like they should be at least knotted in this game. 2-0 our score. An own goal, and then a pretty header. That got us there. Halfway home on the CAA Men's Soccer Championship Final. And the Elon Phoenix are 45 minutes away from punching their ticket to the NCAA tournament and their first ever CAA Men's Soccer Championship win. We'll take a break for halftime, be back with second half action in just a little bit.
Be a part of the vibrant culture of Elon University, where personal connections propel your journey. At Elon, potential is mentored into purpose, engagement, and influential leadership. Education transcends the classroom, driven by immersive experiences and hands-on opportunities. Dive in from day one to explore your passions and graduate as a leader ready to make a difference. Are you ready to begin your journey? Discover the possibilities at elon.edu.
Credit Union One, the official banking partner of the Coastal Athletic Association, offers the best of everyday banking. CU1 members gain access to competitive products like high-yield checking, dedicated financial wellness resources to help you build a strong foundation for the future, and nationwide access through 24/7 digital and mobile banking and an expansive network of 90,000 ATMs from coast to coast. Discover better banking for all at cu1.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
This is the CAA on FloCollege.
This is a public service announcement to anyone out there.
Come get cooked, I'm telling you. It's a W for us, a big win. That's what I'm telling you.
Ready, break.
We got next.
In the classroom, in the field, on the water. Stony Brook University is a place for daring. Daring to see where you can go when you follow your heart. Daring to define your own path is not always easy, but it is always worth it. At Stony Brook, New York's flagship university, daring to be something more in this world starts with daring to be true to yourself. Stony Brook University. Dare to be.
The regular season in the rear view as the chase for a championship gets underway. It's time to announce the CAA Men's Soccer Postseason Awards as voted on by our league's head coaches. Let's start off by congratulating the All-CAA rookie team members. Now looking at the All-CAA third team honorees. Now to honor the All-CAA second team selections. Now let's look at the league's top talent in the All-CAA first team selections. It's time to unveil our major award winners, starting off with the CAA Rookie of the Year, Dominique Renz. The Elon standout tied the team lead with 3 goals plus 2 assists. Every one of Renz's goals were game winners, and the forward sits second in the CAA and 22nd in the country with those clutch goals. UNCW's Jake Shannon collects Co-Defensive Player of the Year honors, the Seahawks captain earning his first major award of his career, having played in all but 1 minute for UNCW. Shannon has anchored 3 shutouts to help guide the Seahawks to their 29th CAA tournament appearance. Stony Brook's Jamie Orson crowned CAA Co-Defensive Player of the Year. Orson has helped hold Seawolves opponents to 18 goals on the year. The graduate anchoring Stony Brook to 6 clean sheets, its most since 2017. A CAA men's soccer staple for Coach of the Year. Hofstra head coach Richard Nuttall in his 37th season at the helm, collecting this honor for the 4th time. Nuttall leading the Pride to a 7-1 mark in CAA play, capping off the regular season with a nation-leading 8-game win streak. The Pride, a consistent championship contender after winning the last 4 CAA crowns. The Pride packed with Coach of the Year and Midfielder of the Year as Lori Goddard, the preseason Player of the Year, continues to live up to the hype. The senior forward ranked 2nd in the conference with his career-best 10 goals so far this season, sitting top 12 in the nation with that total. Goddard's effort also earning him Player of the Year. The London, England native is one of the most clutch players in the nation, with 6 game winners earning him the top spot in D1. Stay up to date with postseason coverage on CAA Sports social media and our website at caasports.com, and continue watching all CAA postseason coverage on FloCollege.
45 minutes until we crown a new CAA men's soccer champion. And right now, it's the 1 seed out of the South in the driver's seat. The Phoenix are leading the Stony Brook Seawolves 2-0. Max Wallace and Charlie Eldridge alongside you. And Charlie, quite the first half of action. But in the end, it's Elon that has the 2-0 lead.
Yeah, we saw an interesting play from both of these teams. Great goalkeeper play so far. Really see a lot the Phoenix getting on the score early. Stony Brook really trying to get something going off of these corner kicks. They had so many opportunities to do so. It was quite the physical first half from both of these teams. 15 between them so far. But Elon's really been great at keeping their foot on the gas so far in this first half. Just so physical from both of these teams. You'll see so much here. Both of these guys getting kind of riled up. Jordan Wilson going down off of a little hit. Just great defensive play from both of these teams. They've really just been in it, but Einar Ness broke another goal through off of an amazing header off a great pass from Weston Yankee to put this team up 2-0 going into the half.
That is really what, to me, felt like the difference maker, that Einar Ness header from Weston Yankee. And as we get set for the second half of action, let's take a look at those stats. You can see, based on the shots on goal and the shots, this game belongs to Elon. But something that you don't see on this graphic here is that time of possession. We're looking at it in the press box right now, Charlie. 35% of that first half, the Seawolves had possession in their attacking third, and they've yet to find the back of the net.
And it's really a testament to that defense. I mentioned it earlier, but it's their ability to really suffocate an offense. And no matter how many opportunities that you're able to get, this Phoenix defense is generally going to be up to the task in taking you down. As we look, 6 corners for the Seawolves, and only 1 for the Phoenix, but 6 corners, and they couldn't capitalize off of those. But another interesting stat, 31% for Stony Brook was spent in their half, and then, like you mentioned earlier, 35% inside their own lower third. But really interesting to see how they'll capitalize off of all these offensive opportunities they had in the first half. But Elon has been so great at controlling the midfield. 41% spent in the kind of back half of Stony Brook's side of the field, but they've been really good at controlling the midfield, controlling and halting those offensive opportunities that could potentially lead to goals for the Seawolves. And they'll really hope to keep up that defense as, of course, you're up 2-0. They really shift to more of a defensive mindset.
Speaking of defensive mindset and fresh legs, they bring in the sophomore, the Phoenix do. Alex Wharton will be out there to start off the second half. Jackson Levitt getting ready. Couple of saves to his name. Well, only the one, but he's had his hands on the ball when it matters most, especially on those corner kicks, as the Seawolves will start us off here for the second half. 45 minutes until we crown a champion. Do the Phoenix stay in the driver's seat, or does the Cinderella story for the Seawolves have one last twist to it? Before we get there, let's start here. The CAA Men's Soccer Championship is brought to you by SoldOut.com, the official ticket resale partner of the CAA. Underway for the second half, and the Phoenix will start with a free kick underneath the CAA logo on the far side of the field.
You know, it's interesting you mentioned earlier, Levitt only having 1 save on the day so far. But like we mentioned earlier, 35% of last half was spent for Stony Brook in their own side. And it's really like that defense from Elon. The back line has been done a great job at keeping the ball out of those dangerous areas, to the fact that Levitt only has 1 save today.
Again, that attacking side for the Seawolves was the right side in that first half. They're going from right to left this second half. As we anticipate, again, down 2-0, it's not an impossible mountain to climb, but it is one to climb, and the Seawolves have to act fast sooner rather than later, if you will. So we expect a lot of action to be played to our left-hand side here in this second half.
It'll be interesting to see what Mark Reeves does on this defensive end. We know that they played incredible defense in the first half, limiting opportunities, and even when they did arrive, kind of putting them to bed. But it'll be interesting to see, will he park the bus? Will he bring on more defensive players? Will Msabaha come back on? We saw him go off with a yellow card earlier, and we've yet to see him return. But it'll really be interesting to see the strategy from both of these sides and kind of how they adjust to their lead and how Stony Brook adjusts to their deficit.
You mentioned Mark Reeves. He's looking for his first tournament championship title since 2016. He picked it up with Radford out of the Big South. He also won 3 Big East tournament championships. That was back at the early days of his coaching career with the St. John's Red Storm. On the other side, Ryan Anatol is looking for that first CAA championship title as well, as the Seawolves are fairly new members to the Coastal Athletic Association. But in his 15 years, 2023 CAA Coach of the Year and the all-time winningest head coach in Stony Brook history. Nice poke away here from the Phoenix backline. First time we mention Charlie Kitch's name here in the second half.
And Stony Brook hasn't made the tournament all the way back since Coach Anatol was put in charge of this program way back in 2011. His first year here led him to a 10-6-4 record and an NCAA first round appearance, but since then they haven't been able to get one. But this to be an opportunity to get his first in about 14, 15 years for this program and for this coach would certainly be huge.
A win here sends the winning team to the NCAA tournament and that automatic bid. Here's Alex Wharton. Told you he got the start here in the second half, but it's turned back over. Seawolves with an opportunity. There's Fleury, and there's Wharton turning it back for the Phoenix.
Wharton's really trying to make the most of the opportunities he's getting, of course. You're getting an opportunity to go out there and prove yourself, not only in a game, but in the championship, no less, and it's really showing the trust that Coach Reeves has in him. As we'll see Nenninger pick up a foul as hit the deck, but Seawolves with an opportunity here. But I mean, Wharton, when we see him play, it's really that impressive speed and athleticism and his effort to go after the ball and really prove himself on this stage.
Free kick coming up. It's Alex Fleury to take it. Nice chip into the box, but right there is Jackson Levitt. Easy corral for him. I'm not even sure they're going to give him a save on that one, as it was a high, lofty kick.
It's just routine play from Levitt. We know him to be able to make those kind of a save, if you want to call it that, but collections and make sure nothing happens. But he hasn't really seen too much action today, as that back line has been so crucial.
Great hustle from Wharton there. If number 27, Alex Wharton, doesn't hustle himself down to that goal line, this is not a throw-in for the Phoenix and Sumner Nenninger. They get it in. Can they capitalize? Muketti has it go back the other way, and Weston Yankee sees it get played on a bounce in front of him. And the Phoenix play it back to their back line. It's funny how this game of soccer and sports kinds of all works itself out. Elon women's soccer, CAA champions on the women's side of things, up north, and they take down the Stony Brook Seawolves a week ago. Today, Elon in front 2-0 over the men's side of the Stony Brook Seawolves.
And you kind of flip it around. You know, you go from playing up north in that matchup to coming down here for the Phoenix. As we'll see a Seawolf down on the floor. I'll take a look at this replay, but looks like Tony Dandel kind of caught the knee of, I think, Jamie Orson. But you're right, a bit of a interesting fate for both of these teams meeting each other in both the men's and women's CAA championship. And of course, the Phoenix hoping that the same result for their women's team happens for them today.
Their women's team, by the way, eliminated by Duke in the first round of the NCAA women's tournament. That was back on Friday. Phoenix looking for a third goal, maybe a put-away goal here in the second half.
A third goal here would be huge. I mean, it basically put this game essentially out of reach.
It would feel that way, for sure.
You got to wonder, are they going to put Malcolm Sabaha back on? I know they probably don't want to risk him picking up a red card. But
then again, it is the seniors' realistically last time playing here at Rudd Field. As the Seawolves, a chance, hard contact right in the middle of the field, no whistle. Phoenix pick it back up. Here's Wharton on the right-hand side, and now you hear the tweet from the Stripes. They'll play it back and give it right back to Wharton on the near side. Tries to dance his way forward, nearly does, stays on his feet, right on the CAA logo, and now a whistle. Foul call just upstairs of the 18. Wharton drew it, and give credit, Alex Wharton doesn't get a ton of playing time, but like you said, making the absolute most of the minutes he's getting today.
I mean, this is the time to do it, the CAA championship. What better stage to honestly perform in the minutes that you're being given and the hustle that you're going to show as we'll take another look. But just great play from this team and great play from this young man today and the opportunity he's being given. As we'll see the Phoenix line up for another free kick.
Joe Taylor, as well as Martin Kozak. Kozak had 4 assists in the last game. It was the single most assists in a game for an Elon Phoenix. But it'll be Taylor to take it to the back post, off the head, looking for some help. One-time opportunity well high into the parking lot, off of the right foot of Elon's number 12, Oscar Tony Dandel.
He's just kind of trying to get, one to pull back right there as that one came to him off the deflection, but just a little too much power to go with that one. But I want to talk about that free kick style that Elon likes to run with Taylor and Kozak. They like to kind of fake the defense out. Sometimes you'll see them fake it. Sometimes you'll see Kozak go up first and then just walk over the ball, and then Taylor will come and punt it in. But it's a really effective strategy that's, I think, worked really well for this Phoenix side.
Here's Wharton again on the near side. This is where they had that free kick opportunity. Nice touch here to feed it through to Nenninger. Again, the winner gets their ticket punch to the NCAA tournament. They'll also hoist the CAA championship trophy for a first time in program history. Seawolves are chasing 2, and we expect to see number 29, Ryan Farr, out there, who just had the touch on the chest, probably for the final 45. Did not get the start, as we didn't expect him to get the start. He's been a go-to reserve off the bench for head coach Ryan Anatol. But with the game being where it's at, you need your best card in the deck out there.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of look at him as a super sub.
As here's a chance, right by the goal. Somehow Levitt got a hand on it. Seawolves still have it. Flying in and the shot taken, poked away. Seawolves nearly have the first goal of the game as this crowd comes alive at Rudd Field. How did Jackson Levitt get a hand on it? Seawolves still with it. Maybe that's the offensive jolt they need. Here's Fleury on the near side. Nice defense, Wharton. Can't win the touchback, or can he? He can.
Take a look at this save. What a play. And that one you said was almost the first goal, but nice use of the hands from Levitt to make sure this stays a 2-0 game. Props to that young man in between the sticks.
Cat-like reflexes for a guy who's going to earn the nickname of Superman by the time this year is up. He has made improbable save after improbable save, and that one could not have come at a better time. Now they play far side. Seawolves still with it as they work on the far end of the box. Now they turn it away. It's Webb working with it on that far end. Webb had the goal that tied the game against Hofstra. And again, that was in the 79th minute up north. But the Phoenix are able to catch their breath and turn it back over.
And an opportunity from Stony Brook that they just had in the palm of their hands just went right away thanks to the amazing defensive play of the Phoenix and, of course, the great goalkeeping of Levitt.
They have it on the near side again. Here's Donqua who gets it turned away. Snatched up by the Phoenix and Tony Dandel. Chance on the far end and a misplay there, a rare one at that for Martin Kozak.
It looks like he just couldn't really get a touch on that one. Don't know if he slipped or just the ball in the wrong direction, but a costly turnover that'll give the Seawolves possession on a throw-in in their own half.
Keep an eye out for Shamar Webb on that far side, wearing number 2 for the Seawolves. And he's the guy who got the Stony Brook Seawolves on the board last weekend. Still loose in the midfield. And the Seawolves with Alex Fleury corral. 13 minutes gone in the second half. Phoenix still cling to that 2-0 lead. Far side, they try and get it up to Webb, but it's turned away into the bleacher seating that is at near max capacity this afternoon.
And you love to see the crowd showing up for this championship game. Just great attendance today.
Whistles blown. Not sure if it was a foul or was there an offsides, Charlie? I don't know if you could see it.
Can't see much of anything with the sun right in our eyes.
Sun is glaring right down into the way of the press box.
May have been an offsides, as we'll see.
It looked like an offsides because the official didn't end up talking to any of the players, so, and no one really had a fuss about the foul if there was one called. Either way, we play on. Phoenix with it now, a chance, Einar Ness leaves it outside Wharton. How big would this moment be for him? But he gets pickpocketed inside the 18. Nothing called here, as Wharton somehow able to gain possession back. But it's last off of the Seawolves, and the subs will come back on as they whistle in a foul on Wharton. Coming in, Jordan Wilson, Dominic Renz, as well as Weston Yankee, all back on the soccer pitch. Einar Ness checks off, and Alex Wharton, tip your cap to that young man, number 27, put in some very valuable moments in this CAA championship final.
And you got to get your fresh legs in to kind of start the second half. Then you can bring on the guys that started this game, Jordan Wilson, Dominic Renz. Of course, we saw earlier have a great impact on this field, and bringing them back on is a great time to kind of start and try and get this lead up to 3-0.
Got to think it's almost time for Magnum Sabaha to get back in this ball game. Again, playing with that yellow, well, not playing right now, but on the bench with that yellow. And you think it's only a matter of time before you could use the legs like number 6 has. The senior out of Denmark, likely his last home game here at Rudd Field. As on the far side, there's Fleury. And last touch by the Phoenix, a throw-in coming for the Seawolves down in their own third. And they had that one chance that was poked away masterfully by Jackson Levitt. Otherwise, Charlie, it has been really all Phoenix.
And they've really just basically, like, they've set up camp in the box, and the way that they're playing and keeping Stony Brook out for any offensive opportunities has just been so impressive. We know Reeves is a great defensive coach, and we know that this team can really put down the stops if needed, and they've certainly been doing that this second half.
It's suffocating the defense for the Phoenix. Far side, Joe Taylor, back to Connor Muchetti. The senior from Bethesda, Maryland, works with it and gives it right back to Taylor, far side. Down low for Renz, he just checked in. Working near the far corner. As physical play between him and Nick Wilson results in a throw-in coming up for the Phoenix. Here's a cross to the box. Bodies hit the deck. Is there a foul? I don't think so. That was nearly disastrous.
Yeah, the Phoenix were looking for a penalty there.
And I don't blame them. This was awfully physical.
Wow. Kind of shocked there. There was nothing but play on in that regard.
Seawolves catch a break for sure.
Definitely.
Here on the near side, there's whistles and a foul, and Oscar Tony Dandel can't believe it. And they're going to give that foul to the Seawolves, I believe.
Well, it looked like that the Phoenix got the foul, and then Jamie Orson was just trying to kick that ball away quickly, but I don't think it didn't look like Dongpa was ready for it, and that one just went right out of bounds, so Elon will get it on a throw-in.
Another missed opportunity there for the Seawolves, who turn away what would have been an easy free kick for them.
And I mean, in trying to like speed up your offensive tempo and be more aggressive, I think you just gotta make sure everyone's on the same page. You can't make an easy mistake like that costs you an opportunity.
And again, there's still 26 minutes left in this second half. Not the most time in the world, but certainly you're not hitting the big red panic button just yet.
No, I mean,
maybe the blue one, but
of
not
course.
the red.
We know this Stony Brook team can come back. I mean, we know they scored 2 goals in almost less than a minute against Hofstra.
As it feels like they just need one to break the seal. Physical play here, nothing blown. Fleury comes away with the loose ball. And now a foul is called. Fleury's beside himself.
I mean, aggression and frustration is just kind of piling up for Stony Brook. We'll take a look at this one. The sort of bodies hitting the floor everywhere, and Elon taking it back, but too much physicality and too much contact from Fleury.
I think he got him with the arm extended.
Looked like it.
It can be so frustrating for a team when you watch your opponent and you're seeing your own players hit the floor, and then all of a sudden you cause some havoc and the whistle's blown on you. Does not feel the best.
Does not.
As the Seawolves get it right back. Far side. Looking for Farr. He's got a step, but he's offsides.
Another opportunity there squandered from Stony Brook. You just got to time your run better. You can't let opportunities like that go to waste by simple little offsides calls, and Phoenix will get the ball back here.
Stony Brook, for them, it's their first finals appearance since 2012. They ended up dropping that one to UMBC out of the America East. Their last finals win was actually the year before that, in 2011. They took down Hartford 4-2. They need to come back. They're looking for their first ever CAA championship final. It's a team that seemingly ran the table. Well, they did run the table, not seemingly. 5 wins in a row to get here, including 3 wins in a row to even have a shot at it. And already mentioned at the very start, in that time, they were fantastic. Stony Brook, in those 5 straight wins, outscored opponents 12-2, had 3 shutouts, and saw their keeper Hermanson record 18 saves. Nelson Reynoso checks back in. He started this game on the defensive side. Just a reminder, after this game comes to a close, we'll have trophy coverage for the winning squad. Phoenix right now are 23 minutes away from hoisting that trophy, and they might get even closer here. A chance inside the box. What a save by Hermanson. As Dominic Renz tries to track it down to the far corner and sees it roll out of bounds. What a save. Let's take a look at this one.
And Kozak had a golden opportunity right there to put it away, but what a save right there from Hermanson, just getting out in front of that ball and making sure nothing happens. But Kozak just trying to capitalize off of that. They'll get another chance here with the throw-in on the far side.
Look out for Charlie Kitch. He scored a goal in the last game against Campbell, and we joked about it. The tallest guy on the field was at about the lowest point to get ahead on it. Here's the throw-in from right near the corner. Kitch skies for it, but cannot come up with it. As the Seawolves get the touch on it, nearly turn it over and do. Sumner Nettinger blasts this one over the goal line, back to the keeper. Down low, Renz. Right on the wing, and they blow a whistle on him. Very methodical. Elon's defense, it really was when they went up 1-0, be it an own goal or not. They just flipped the switch. It just became keep away. Cat and mouse game. The best defense is going to be don't let your opponent have the possession. And they've been able to ride that wave to about the 20-minute mark here in the second half.
Really just trying to kind of, like I said, park the bus, make sure, you're not giving any easy mistakes up. You're not letting anything happen on the offensive side. If they're getting opportunities, you're shutting them down, putting them to bed, even trying to limit that. But, I mean, it's honestly, at this point, it's Elon's game to lose.
And it's been park the bus, but keep the engine moving. They are not taking their foot off the gas in terms of the pressure that they've been able to mount against Stony Brook. Yes, they're keeping it away from them, but every time it gets back past the midfield line, you can see it here. Oscar Tony Dandel chasing players down. Connor Muketti chasing players down. Not giving these Seawolves any room to breathe when they have possession of the soccer ball.
And they like playing that high press line and kind of trying to force any mistakes. We see it often with Dominic Renz and Einar Ness, and it leads to goals, and it leads to mistakes a lot of the time.
Here's Martin Kozak on the far wing. Trying to thread the needle, but he turns it over. But Muketti picks it right back up. And this one's easily into the hands of Hermanson. 43 saves on the season for the Stony Brook keeper. 14 goals allowed, and obviously no fifth shutout of the season for him today. As the Seawolves trail 2-0 in the final 20 minutes of the CAA Men's Soccer Championship Final.
And if a comeback starts, it needs to happen now because, I mean, you can't really let this Elon offense or defense kind of get any momentum because they already have so much. And now it's really up to this Stony Brook offense to capitalize off of the opportunities that they've been getting because they've been getting so many this game. They have 6 corners to Elon's 1. But they really just can't work off of that and really just can't capitalize off of those.
It was that quick flurry of corners in the early going. Seemingly the first 10 or 15 minutes, that's where they picked up 5 of them, and it was all Caleb Donqua who was at the near corner. Again, it was on the right-hand side of the field back in that first half, but it was really there where it felt like if Stony Brook was going to come out and make a statement, that's where they had their chance. That's where their best opportunity was going to be. And tip your cap, Elon's defense, like they've done all season long, not letting anything through and holding strong, again, keeping the shutout intact.
I mean, this is the Elon defense that we know. Not that game against Campbell where they let up 4, but this is that suffocating and stifling defense that we've known and seen throughout the season from this Phoenix side.
Look who's getting ready to come back on. Connor Muketti off, And he's got the neon captain band in his left hand as well, which means it's time for Makm Sabaha, the senior, to step back on the pitch. Playing with that yellow card. He's got to be careful. But boy, oh boy, Charlie, it feels like Enter Sandman should be playing or something, because when Mac is out on the field, this team, this Elon team, just clicks like none other.
And he is so, he has the power, really, to change a game. I mean, he has the power to flip something on its head. Of course, you're already playing 2-0 up, but, I mean, he just drives so much energy and momentum into his team with his great leadership. And we'll also see August Ginley check in, another great defender come in for Joe Taylor, giving him some rest, but
Stony Brook needs to generate something fast, and Johnny on the spot, Makm Sabaha, a tremendous clear. Down to Dominic Renz on the far wing, as he's working one-on-one with Nelson Reynoso, as the Seawolves get the throw in on the far end. Charlie told you, but August Ginley back in this game for the first time for the Phoenix, back out on the pitch for another opportunity this season. Playing some tight defense up that far sideline.
And the grad student could also be potentially his last time playing at Rudd Field.
And you know that emotion has a tie to it. Obviously for the seniors on the Stony Brook side it does as well, but there's just some extra feeling when it's your final game at home as a senior. Whistles, and I believe they got Martin Kozak for an offsides. At least that's what Stony Brook had thought.
I think it looks like he may have just not got a great touch on that ball and possibly dribbled it out of play.
Yeah, you're right. They're going to have a throw-in. Seawolves knew something was up. A bunch of their players thought it was going to be an offsides in that back line, but nonetheless, they get possession back, and they'll have a free kick to go with it right at the midfield stripe. Final 17 and a half minutes before we crown a champion. Again, not your typical college soccer match. If Stony Brook's able to tie us in the final 17, we would play 2 10-minute overtime periods, golden goal rules, first goal wins, and then go to PKs. A long way to go before we get there. The Seawolves need something to go their way. In fact, 2 things to end up behind Jackson Levitt. Seawolves have it far side. Has nothing doing here. This thing is skied into the global neighborhood. As one of the many Elon fans in attendance, able to grab that loose soccer ball over the back wall there. Quite the job by the student body, as well as the other sports teams here for the Phoenix. Really showing out for this CAA championship final here at Rudd Field. Those bleachers, there's not a sole seat left out that way, and there's very limited standing room around the fencing here at Rudd as well.
I think it's the most pack I've ever seen Rudd, and it's great to see everyone here at Elon showing out for this championship. Not only Elon fans, but some Stony Brook fans in the stands as well.
Martin Kozak just going to have to watch that one get kicked away in front of him, as the Phoenix will make another substitution. Colin Veltri stands on the touchline, awaits to check back in. And he waves off Oscar Tony Dandel, number 12, for the Phoenix.
And it looks like Reeves is putting on his seniors and grad students for the final 15, just letting them take these possible last moments at Rudd Field in what a game today from Tony Dandel. He's had a great game for this Phoenix side. 2 shots today, 1 shot on goal, but definitely a crucial side, and we'll get some high fives on the bench.
Phoenix are looking for a dagger. 2 already feels quite far for the Seawolves to get back. 3 would be untouchable at this point.
Yeah, I mean, at the rate that they've been playing, the offensive production has honestly been halted to a standstill by this Phoenix defense. As see a foul on Kitch.
Gotta be careful here. There's still a few players out there working with those yellow cards. Malcolm Sabaha, Einar Ness is checked off, but Alex Fleury as well has a yellow to his name. He stands over the ball right here. As Ness lofts one into the box, Levitt gets a hand on it and falls to his backside, ensuring nobody can touch that one.
It's a dream of any keeper right there to collect that one. I mean, just a simple ball, not a lot to be played by that one.
Maybe got the wind knocked out of him a little bit.
Possibly.
As the wind is whipping away here at Rudd Field.
Feels good, though.
It does. Tell you what, it is better than what it started as this week. Temperatures in the 30s on Monday and Tuesday. Charlie, I was worried we were going to have to wear the full puffer coat here in the press box, but a beautiful day to crown a champion.
It's nice weather. I like
it. Is.
It's great, nice and sunny. 70, 72 degrees with a nice breeze. Sound like a weatherman here.
We'll get you traffic next. Near side, there's Jordan Wilson and a turnover. Right into Kozak. Goes to the left side. And nothing's called here on the contact. It was right outside the 18. It would have been as close to a PK as you can get. Stony Brook gets the throw in.
Looks like Veltri hit the deck for that tackle. The entire Phoenix bench was up in arms looking for a whistle, but referee letting them play on.
Shamar Webb on the toss in. Nothing blown on the contact here. That was Ryan Farr who got wrapped up. They go to the far side. You can feel the panic from the Seawolves. Under 13 minutes here. Weston Yankee and the Phoenix would love one last goal. All the way back to their keeper. And tell you what, they're taking their sweet time back there. Seawolves do have to hurry. Again, 12 minutes, you need 2 goals at the very least. As there's Fleury tight-roping the touchline. Throw-in coming for the Seawolves. He'll play it back to Shamar Webb. Wilson chips it high in the air. Back to Webb. As it's over to Fleury.
You mentioned it, but the tempo has to be a lot more rushed here for Stony Brook. Because if they need to pull these 2 back, it has to happen relatively quickly. Only 12 minutes to play, a little under that. But, I mean, you got to get the offense going. Something's got to start clicking for these Seawolves.
Nice header by Sumner Nettinger. John Louise sends it over to the far end for the Seawolves. Nice touch over there, working on Ginley. Down towards the goal line, and it'll be in possession for a goal kick. And now the official has to come flying in to separate the 2 players over there. I believe that's number 6, Nelson Reynoso. It is. Now, who was the Elon player? Oh, it was Ginley.
Yeah, it looks like Ginley just got in his head a little bit, but Definitely Reynoso out of frustration for sure.
Two guys just trying to work out their holiday plans together. No biggie.
Certainly. Exchanging gift lists, possibly.
Wouldn't be surprised. Right at the midfield stripe. Wilson turns it over. This building can feel it, and the Seawolves can feel it to our left here. They're starting to get a little bit anxious and antsy in the coach's box. Another yellow comes out. That'll go on Sumner Nenninger, as it was Alex Fleury who hit the pitch.
It's a third yellow card for this Phoenix side. This time on Nenninger, but
again, you got to be careful now. There's two out there playing with yellows.
the last thing you want to do is give them an opportunity to go 10 men down, even 9 men down, worst case scenario, but all it takes is one.
Got to be careful here too, Charlie. I'm wondering when they're going to bring their keeper all the way up. Hermansen is a good 10 steps away from his own box. Here's the loft into the Phoenix box. Played off the head of the defense, skying for the header, and it's into the hands of Jackson Levitt. Why not another save for number 1? He's been untouchable, unstoppable all season long, and Levitt is just trying to salt away a CAA championship final win.
What a save from him. I mean, Mr. Superman getting another one to his bag.
Phoenix looking for the dagger. Under 10 minutes to play here in the CAA championship final. Up ahead, Veltri was looking to get it to Jordan Wilson. Wilson somehow gets it. Looks for Renz inside the box. Tracks it down right on that goal line.
Looks like they're just maybe trying to time waste a little bit here. You can see Renz caught that one in the box. He didn't even try to make a play to try and get it inside. He immediately went out to that corner.
Which is smart. Last thing you want to do is be a man down on a flipped field opportunity, defense into offense style. We've seen that time and time again from the Phoenix. Last thing they want to see is a trick pulled out of their own playbook. As here's Kozak, but he's just offsides.
Just 9 minutes left to play here. This offense has got to get something, and they've got to get something quickly, as your offensive chances are fleeting. And it looks like we have a Stony Brook player down on the field.
I think he's looking for a sub.
Possibly. Looks like Orson will take a seat possibly, or just some water. But down on the field, it looks to be Bruno Penny. Looks like we'll get Ryota Kono checking in, the senior from Kawasaki, Japan, but still down on the pitch.
Believe you're right, it's Bruno Penny.
Looks like he's holding that
hamstring.
Looks like a cramp.
Yeah. Gives these players a chance to grab a sip of water, catch their breath. Final 9 minutes of the CAA men's soccer season. Winner moves on to the NCAA tournament and hoists a championship trophy. The loser will go home.
With just under 9 minutes to play, you can see on the sideline Stony Brook kind of sorting out maybe something to do, some sort of offensive plan that needs to happen now. It's down 2-0 with these 9 minutes to go. A lot has to happen.
It's the first time these two teams see each other all season long, again with the new divisional rules and divisional breakdown in the conference. These two teams did not play this year. The first time you meet a team is in the finals of your conference. Seemingly unheard of, but here we are. Elon, though, leads the all-time series 3-1 to nothing. Seawolves will get a throw-in. They've got to go the length of the field, really do that twice. As Wilson off of his head out of bounds.
Moving the ball quickly. They, like you said, they're probably pressing that panic button right about now with under 10.
Feel like you have to. It feels hopeless at this point. As Rio DeCono. Nice deke by Webb, who sends it up ahead. But it's turned away there from the Phoenix. Longer shadows start to fall here at Rudd as Msabaha gets a nice touch. Plays it back for Kozak. As now they look for Jordan Wilson near the box. Turned away by Shamar Webb. Phoenix possession. They play it all the way back to Jackson Levitt. Nice touch by the Phoenix here. Rio DeCono loses it over the touchline. Phoenix with the throw-in. The Phoenix were unsure if they were even going to host the CAA championship tournament. They were able to claim that 1 seed in the South with their 1-0 win over William & Mary. Like we said earlier, Jordan Wilson had his first career goal in that one, but it was also Campbell who lost their last regular season game. A big reason why the tournament games were played here and not about 2.5 hours away at Bowie's Creek is because of that Campbell loss. Give credit, though. The Phoenix had their backs against the wall seemingly towards the end of the season. It was a 1-0 win over UNCW that really changed the mojo of the season for the Phoenix. After that 1-0 win, they go on the road and tie at Charleston. They lost 2-1 at Campbell. And then from there, they've won their last 2, including the 6-4 barn burner against the Camels in the semis last week. Final 6 minutes.
Stony Brook really has to pull something out of their hat here to get this one going, but just not a great opportunity as that long kick just goes right out of play, and it looks like we'll see Stony Brook player down. It looks like Ryan Farr. Probably a cramp, it looks like.
Elon also did not lose a game this year until September 23rd. And again, that was on the road. They are perfect this year in this place. 6 wins, no losses, 3 draws at home. And barring anything crazy in the final 550, they will cap the 2025 home season unbeaten. Unheard of.
Talk about a fortress.
Yeah. Could you imagine how different this season is for the Phoenix if Campbell wins that last game of the regular season? But instead, they're here, 5 minutes away from their first ever CAA Men's Soccer Championship. Whistles, foul called, bench can feel it. The maroon and gold jerseys are starting to rejoice as the clock dwindles. Stony Brook needs to put pedal to the metal.
And panic mode at this point is definitely an understatement because, I mean, 2 goals have to be scored in the span of under 5 minutes.
They don't even have the ball right now.
Possession is just going the Phoenix's way.
double teamed is Colin Veltri. And they get it up ahead to Kozak, alone on the far wing, just trying to play keep away. And there's no one better you'd rather in possession than Kozak over there. Stony Brook gets it back, final 4.5. Just a reminder, trophy coverage comes your way at the culmination of this one. All the way over to the goal. Under 4 minutes to play. Stony Brook frantically trying to create something. They'll get a free kick in the middle of the field, but it feels too little too late as we're under 3.5. They've got to hurry. Alex Fleury will do the honors. So many opportunities just like this one. Does Fleury have it in his back pocket? Sends it left. Bodies hit the deck. Nothing is called. As I think it was just a mosh pit of players that there's no way to individually pick out a penalty there, much to the chagrin of the Stony Brook sideline. Let's get a look.
Yeah, like you said, you can't really pick anybody out there. Just too many bodies hitting the floor to really identify who the culprit was, and it's better off as a referee just to not call anything.
And I don't know about you, Charlie, but I'm shocked that Alex Fleury doesn't put that one at least on goal. Give it a chance to go in, if anything.
Just great defensive pressure, and I mean, it's just that Hall of Fame Intimidator badge from that Elon defense really putting its work in today.
And they force a turnover here. It feels like it. Phoenix can taste it. Far side, Kozak, a chip. It's in! Why not? Martin Kozak can wave the Seawolves goodbye. Why not? 6 points in the last one. A goal to put the dagger down in this one. And the guy who set the single game assist record in the semis has the silencer of the Seawolves. Elon leads it 3-0.
Put the cherry on top of the cake for the Phoenix. What a goal from Martin Kozak. Chips that one right into a perfect spot. And he's gonna load these Seawolves back up on the bus. A 3-0 score with under 3 minutes to play here at Rudd Field. What a score.
The last time the Maroon and Gold were champions in a tournament setting was back in 2013 when they were members of the SOCON. A year later, they joined the CAA, and after attempt, that got stopped in the quarters, the semis, most recently 2 CAA finals against the Hofstra Pride. They can rejoice. 2 minutes away until they're crowned kings of the CAA.
This is crucial for this program. This has got to be, I mean, a crowning achievement right here. What a great season, and what a great way to end the dominance you've had at home in the CAA for Mark Reeves, as the crowd here at Rudd is having the time of their lives.
This place can feel it. This crowd doesn't know what it feels like to lose in this building. They're perfect. 6-0-3 on the season at home, as they're just going to salt this one away. For Mark Reeves, how big is this moment? His last tournament championship 9 years ago as the head coach of Radford in the Big South. He then won 3 Big East tournament championships prior to that. But it feels like for him, a guy who had been named CAA Coach of the Year time and time again, a guy who had seen this program grab accomplishment over accomplishment, just could seemingly never get over that championship hump. And today, the final day of the CAA season, it will end with the Phoenix hoisting the championship trophy for the first time in the men's soccer landscape.
This has got to feel great for everyone involved, at not only here in the stands, of course, you can hear this crowd going crazy, but coaching staff has got to feel great. The players have got to feel great to crown this achievement.
How about Jackson Levitt?
Oh yeah, what a season from this young man.
If it wasn't for maybe one of the most chaotic playoff games that I've ever seen, not only could the Phoenix be riding a perfect home season, but an untouched home season in the back of the net. As a couple of substitutions come in, Jack Donlin, the defensive senior, and McKinnon, the defensive sophomore, just to ensure nothing crazy happens. Coming off, it's Sumner Nenninger. Quite the minutes for the redshirt junior, who checks off, embraced by his head coach. And Makum Sabaha jogs it off for the final time at home. Big smile on number 6's face as he'll approach his head coach. Final 15 seconds from Rudd, as Sabaha and Mark Reeves embrace a championship for them. Years in the making for the man out of Denmark. Corner kick for the Seawolves. Off the head, in the box, lightning strike, but they were offsides. It's not gonna matter. The clock strikes midnight on Cinderella. The South Division champs now have an even better headline for the 2025 season. For the first time, as members of the CAA, the Phoenix soar above the rest and are your 2025 men's soccer champions.
With a final score of 0-3, Elon wins the 2025 CAA Men's Soccer Championship and advances to the NCAA Championship.
Perfection all season long at Rudd Field ends in the perfect way. Elon's 7th home victory sees the Phoenix hoist a tournament trophy for the first time since 2023. What a moment.
What a game. What a season for Elon. Hats off to Stony Brook. They had an incredible season up until this point to get here, but I mean, hats off to Elon. They had an incredible season. You mentioned it here at home. They were amazing, undefeated. And what a game from this crowd in attendance. And what a moment here at Rudd Field for this entire team, finally tasting sweet victory for the CAA championship.
They had been bested by Hofstra twice in the time Makum Sabaha had donned the maroon and gold jersey. And the smile that was on number 6's face when he checked off for that final time, you could feel it from up here. They had gotten over that hump. They had won the CAA championship, and they can celebrate in front of the many that packed the seats here at Rudd Field.
Gold confetti going everywhere. As Martin Kozak getting raised onto some shoulders. This crowd is loving every moment of this celebration.
Kozak had the dagger. Ness had the goal that made it 2-0, and it started with the unorthodox own goal inside the 6. The Phoenix rejoice. Champs once again, and champs for the first time as members of the Coastal Athletic Association. A picture-perfect day ends in a picture-perfect way for the Maroon and Gold. They win it 3-0 over the Stony Brook Seawolves and are about to raise the CAA Championship trophy. Trophy coverage for the CAA Men's Soccer Champs is on the horizon. Stick around as we put a bow and ribbon, a cherry on top, as my partner Charlie Eldridge would say, on the 2025 CAA Men's Soccer season. The trophy celebration is next on FloCollege.
After 6 years of military service, Tech Sergeant Barubi wanted to plant roots and watch them grow. He was ready to live in his hometown again. He was ready for the reserve.
Credit Union One, the official banking partner of the Coastal Athletic Association, offers the best of everyday banking. CU1 members gain access to competitive products like high-yield checking, dedicated financial wellness resources to help you build a strong foundation for the future, and nationwide access through 24/7 digital and mobile banking and an expansive network of 90,000 ATMs from coast to coast. Discover better banking for all at cu1.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
As Commissioner Joe D'Antonio stands by, giving out the postseason awards to these two teams as well as the other presenting teams in the playoffs. The most outstanding play throughout the championship, it belongs to Martin Kozak of the Elon Phoenix. Hard not to give it to Martin Kozak after the decisive goal today, the dagger, as well as his 6-point performance in the semis. And now it's time for the Phoenix to do something they have been yearning to do for the last 11 seasons and hoist the CAA Championship Tournament trophy from the Commissioner Joe D'Antonio. They stand by outside the circle almost as if there's going to be a kickoff. And as it gets announced here over the PA of Rudd Field, Makhum Sabaha, a dream he's been so close to tasting 3 or 4 times in his 4-year career. He's finally able to do it here as the South Division champs race into their faithful and celebrate a well-deserved season that ends in triumph. The Elon Phoenix have done it. They have taken the reins of the CAA and stand alone at the mountaintops, champs in the men's soccer landscape yet again. A trip to the NCAA tournament is on the horizon for Mark Reeves, Makhum Sabaha, and the rest of the Elon crew. Charlie, quite the game, quite an honor to be alongside you for this coverage.
It's great to be here, Max. What a game, what a season for this Phoenix squad. Getting it done in the CAA tournament for the first time. And I mean, they're going dancing. It's a great honor for them to be out here. And what a game in defeating the Stony Brook Seawolves. Again, hats off to them. Great season for them. But Elon, just too much, and happy to see them lift up that CAA trophy. And Mark Reeves has something to hang his hat on, as they're going to be parading this bad boy around all day.
Again, for Reeves, it was well in the making. His last tournament championship back in 2016 with Radford, as him and his captain, as well as Martin Kozak there. He gets to hoist it for the first time as members of the CAA. The Phoenix joined the CAA a year after they took the SoCon Conference title in 2013. And here we are 12 years later, and the Elon Phoenix are champions yet again. Physical from the jump this afternoon, Charlie. 16 fouls for the Phoenix, 11 for the Seawolves. 16 shots, 10 of them on goal. 8 saves between these two keepers. Both sides, Elon, the winners, Stony Brook, the losers, have a ton to hang their hats on.
Yeah, that's the physicality that comes with the championship game. I mean, 27 fouls between these two teams. It's all the aggression, it's the frustration, it's the emotion, it's the passion, the want to win that CAA championship. But looks like Elon just wanted it more in this scenario, and they come out of this one on top to cap off an amazing season. The guys and the coaching staff celebrating this one as the captain, Makhum Sabaha. Who else to carry this trophy off the field? What a season and what a career for him.
3 years ago, Elon saw the Hofstra Pride take them down in the tournament final to hoist the CAA championship trophy. This afternoon, there was nobody that was going to take that trophy, an undefeated home season, away from the maroon and gold. Quite the afternoon, a picture-perfect afternoon to put a picture-perfect end to an Elon season where they did not lose a game at home. 3-0 in own goal in the first 10 minutes. Einar Ness at the 28-minute mark, and Martin Kozak, the all-tournament performer in the 88th minute to solidify the championship. Charlie. producing and directing respectively, did a fantastic job today, all tournament long. Elon comes out on top. This ESB crew has worked hard. Elon men's soccer can rejoice. Your final thoughts as we cap off the 2025 season?
I mean, a great season for this Elon Phoenix team, finally getting over that championship hump. I mean, this is it. This is where you want to be for this Phoenix squad, and no better place to do it at than their very own Rudd Field.
In front of their faithful, they hoist the trophy for the first time as members of the CAA. Next stop, the NCAA tournament. Malcolm Sabaha and Mark Reeves rejoice, as well as the plentiful at Rudd Field. For Charlie Eldridge, right next to me, Annika Cronin producing, Patrick Cunningham directing. My name's Max Wallace signing off. Elon wins 3-0 and our CAA champs.